Starting the test drive in the F-150 Tremor. I pulled out of the parking lot before I started recording at the dealership for Lincoln and Franklin, and where the traffic is so terrible, I forgot I had the truck in sport mode, but I was trying to just pull out in front of traffic and go, and had a slight burnout. Just a really powerful truck, extremely powerful, with that 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. But I'll test it out in sport mode again after a while. But I just wanted to start in eco mode where I have a little bit of space. And we have the lane keeping system here. So as I start to get out of the lane, it'll jerk me back in. But all in all, pretty comfortable ride so far. Love the space in here, with it being a full-size truck, of course. That's not a surprise, but plenty of space to just move my hands about. And I have a wider stature, and I'm still able to be really comfortable in this truck. The seats are nice. Of course, the space is fantastic. Now, the wind noise is not terrible. It's really not that noticeable now, but on a windy day like today, you get certain gusts, and it'll just intrude a tad in this cabin, but pretty similar to the Silverados I've driven, to the Rams I've driven. And I feel like the cabin acoustics are a bit better than the Tundra. And then the Titan. Titan's actually pretty good. I like that because the sound acoustics are solid, in line with the Armada. The Armada just has a quite comfortable sound in the cabin. Soothing, I should say. I'm gonna put it in a sport mode now. Yeah, once it's in sport mode, it wants to go. It really does. And I didn't even put my foot down like I could have. It wants to go. It does. And this 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost powertrain, Ford puts this in a lot of the bigger vehicles. So the F-150s for sure, the Expeditions for sure, and they're just so strong. And then the passing power is great because you have that turbo boost to help you without having to necessarily shift into a different gear or something like that. But this truck does ride like a pickup truck, so trucks tend to ride pretty well just because they have longer wheelbases. They're up a little bit higher. It's just how they're made. And this one's no different, even with it being a Tremor. The ride is not rough at all. And the 3.5 liter to me is probably, I should say, Ford's 3.5 liter EcoBoost is the best truck engine in my opinion. I have driven a Tundra, but still, Ford has just had so much time to perfect this powertrain with the 10-speed, and specifically with having, dozens of drive modes. What is it, 8, 9, 10 drive modes? Especially in sport, it really lays the power down, and it's one of the best driving trucks in terms of power output that I've been in. It's better than V8s, anybody else's turbo V6. Now the Denali is having the 6.2 liter V8 from GM. That's a pretty nice engine, but this is just, you get a different feel when the turbos kick in. So the F-150 has been one of the best selling trucks for so long because it's always on top with features, drivability, everything. This just seems so much more modern than Ram and GM in terms of the interiors, the powertrains, everything. And Ram finally kind of caught up and passed Ford with the interiors, and GMC's Denali's definitely have an incredible interior, but Ford has been on its game for so long. really not a competition. Now, driving this down the interstate, I do wish I had adaptive cruise. I've kind of gotten used to it, but it's still fine. Especially if you're not gonna be doing a lot of road trips with this. It's still, or if you prefer not using today's technology in terms of safety for vehicles, this is still really good. You have blind spot monitors, you have a lane keep assist, or not lane keep assist, but lane keeping system. So it's not gonna center you, but it does keep you from going out of the lines. And then you can set that to either have an aid or an alert and an aid, or one of the two. But I'm only doing 58 miles per hour, so I'm gonna see if I can speed up and test this out. So here at 70, really nice. Oh, I just saw a truck full of Cadillac Lyrics. Really nice ride quality. And the road noise is minimal. And I don't see the wind blowing right now, but again, cabin acoustics are pretty nice. And as the wind picked up a little bit, I could hear it just a tad. And I like the brake pedal feel. There's always more to give as I put my foot down. And like I said, compared to the Silverado and the Ram, still probably at least top two in terms of what you get for the money. It's a well-rounded option in terms of the powertrain, the interior, tow figures, all of that. So with all this being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor.